my father was from Germany, and he's a tool and die maker, which is metal engraving, small style. And I started working with him when I was about 17, and factory life was okay, but I wanted to do other stuff, so I joined the circus and started making metal sculptures with some of the stuff I had learned from my dad. So I've been working with metal for over 30 years now. It's just part of my family tradition, I guess, and I wanted to keep going with it.
Blacksmithing is actually a craft. It's a very old and ancient craft that's been around since just after the Bronze Age. And the art part is the people. It can either be very industrial, where people are very straight lines, very rigid corners, or very flowing and organic.
Most of the tools we use today are the same tools that were used thousands of years ago. So even though the people have changed that are doing it, the craft has pretty much stayed the same.
It's been used all through the ages to create everything from, well, gates for castles. It was used for hinges, door handles, nails, swords. All industry could not exist without blacksmithing at one point in time.
Most of the metal we get nowadays is old Toyotas, old Volkswagens, old garbage cans all stuck together, so we call it mild steel. And as you heat and hammer it, you're transforming it into something that seems to represent whatever emotion you had going in there when you're working on it. Often you can manipulate the steel in so many ways. You can make it spread evenly in all directions, you can make it stretch out in one direction, you can curl it around, you can expand it, you can pierce it. It's just endless. And the steel is transformed, like it looks delicate, it looks like it's moving. It's that transformation for me, I think.
I create both functional and sculptural art. So functional art being anything like fences, gates, railings, furniture, chandeliers, knives, swords, armor, everything that can be used and made from metal that my imagination can come up with, I like to create.
I'm into sculpture, I'm into bigger pieces. Like, I do a lot of walking with my dog and I find my inspiration in the natural world. So looking down, like I'll find a fir cone or something and then suddenly it's 4 feet tall. So mostly I'm inspired by nature. I teach at Kootenai Studio Arts at Selkirk College in Nelson here, and this year I've got 6 students, and you see the interest on their face. Like, Katie's here striking a sledgehammer for a blacksmith and she couldn't be happier. She's very dirty and really hot, but happy. And I think that's the thing about teaching, is you build a camaraderie with these people that sometimes lasts forever.
It's my constant amazement how malleable it is and how you're able to take, again, such a rigid medium and make it move and twist and form into fantastical shapes. The biggest challenge is the lack of knowledge of our existence. There's a number of us floating around. We are all quite good at what we do, but even within our own community, very few people actually know we exist. I would love to have more people know about this. Like, I'd love to have more people come out and try it and get a feel for what it takes to do this, because it's something that the average person doesn't do anymore.
might notice in Nelson and in Castlegar, there's a lot of blacksmith work around. It's not just me and it's not just Patrick. There's a lot of people doing it now. We're trying to make Nelson like the metal mecca. So we'll see how far we get.